We're going to start off this stream by letting everybody know there are rumors that have been surfacing for the past year that Grand Theft Auto 6 could be the first game to cost $100. And I've said this is terrible for a couple reasons. First and foremost, rising tides raise all ships, and this might be the first situation where rising the tide would actually be detrimental for you, the consumer. What I mean is, we saw what happened with the $80 with Nintendo. If GTA 6, no, it was $70. We saw what happened when games went to $70. The first company to announce that they were going to do it right after, I forgot who was the original game that went to $70, but right after that, 2K was like, well, our game's worth $70 too. The point I'm trying to make is this might be the first time where rising tides might raise all ships in a negative way. If GTA announces that their game is $100, every other game is going to be $100 afterwards. The reason this is bad is because if there's one game that could do it, that could push this and just ruin the industry as a whole, it's GTA 6, because GTA 6 has wide mainstream appeal to a lot of people. And unfortunately, a lot of these everyday consumers lack self-control. There's FOMO. They don't care. I mean, I've seen it in the comment section. I've seen it on social media. People saying like, oh, if there's one game that's worth it, I think it's GTA 6, which I actually completely disagree, because I don't think Grand Theft Auto specializes in anything. What makes Grand Theft Auto great is you get a lot of bang for your buck, but it doesn't do shooting better than Call of Duty, Titanfall, Apex Legends, Battlefield 6. The RPG elements are not better than The Witcher, Mass Effect, KOTOR, Expedition 33. The golfing is not better than Tiger Woods golfing. The tennis is not better than Virtua Tennis. The story is not even, I mean, that's subjective, but in my opinion, the stories aren't even that spectacular. It just does a lot of things decently, and it gives you a lot of bang for your buck, and that's why a lot of people love it. And then on top of that, I think what helped Grand Theft Auto go to another level is one thing I will give it is it did create an economy. A lot of you guys are looking, whether you want to admit it or not, a lot of you guys are looking to make it out of your mama's basement. You're allergic to job resumes, applying for jobs. And a lot of you want to become the next big GTA streamer. You know, you want to hop on the T Grizzly server and drop your mixtape and make it out your mom's basement. I'm not here to knock anybody's hustle. Do what you got to do. So I think Grand Theft Auto 6 is unfortunately the one game that could push things to $100. And to me, I say that's going to fuck the industry over. But don't worry if it turns out to be real. But don't worry. According to this article from GameSpot, Grand Theft Auto 6 price hike would be prudent, an analyst says. Now, I know a lot of you probably don't know what the word prudent means. It means like nice and easy, but I'm gonna go ahead and just, I know a lot of GTA niggas don't know this word, so we're gonna go ahead and pull this up real quick and learn you something. Basically with this article, acting with or showing care or thought for the future. So what this article is saying is, if this game does cost $100, don't worry. Rockstar is gonna put it in nice and slow and fuck you with love. They're gonna whisper sweet nothings while they fuck you over. Don't worry, guys. Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming next year, and one of the many unanswered questions about the game is what it will cost. People have made all sorts of predictions so far, and that's continuing now with analysts Serkan Toto, Piers Harding Rolls, and Rice Elliott sharing their thoughts. Totos and Harding Rolls told GI.biz, Game Industry Biz, that they believe the game's standard edition will cost between $70 and $80, but the game's deluxe edition could come in at $100 or more. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if it comes out at 70, that's cool, and the deluxe is 100. As long as that deluxe has value, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. When I say I have an issue with the $100 version, if the base version is $100 and adds no value, but if this version gives you some shark cards, extra cards, parking garage, I don't know, whatever you deem to be valuable, I guess that's okay. That's less of a blow. And I think most people probably would buy that $100 version, but at least you as the consumer are getting some value. And that's what I always argue. Make sure you're getting some fucking value for that extra money. Some have theorized that GTA 6 could be $100 for its standard edition. That's the rumor that's going around. And Video Game Insights analyst Vic Bassi said, if there was any game likely to cross that $100 threshold, it would be GTA 6. Bassi does not think it'll happen, but some kind of price hike may be in order. Based on the level of hype surrounding the game, it would be prudent for Take-Two to pursue a price increase, although reaching $100 might just be a threshold too far, he said. Translation: Rockstar is aware that you, the consumer, have no self-control and you are super hyped to hop on the T Grizzly server and try to make it out your mama's basement. So low-key behind scenes, conversations are being had. These kids can't control themselves. Maybe we should fuck them. That sounded terrible out of context. That sounded terrible out of context, yo. You know what the fuck I mean? Yo, no Epstein, bro. What the fuck, bro? No Epstein, that was crazy. My fault. But you know what the fuck I mean, bro. There are conversations that are being fucking had, bro. Redacted. Another factor at play here is GTA 6's expected online mode might factor in. Elliott said Rockstar might be smart to keep the price of the standard edition relatively low to help bring in even more players and funnel them to GTA Online. Limiting the total addressable audience at launch with aggressively high base price would hinder the crucial GTA 5 to GTA 6 player migration and the slow growth of GTA Online's user base, he said, adding that GTA 6's online mode is expected to be a long-term cash cow. So not only do they think behind closed doors they can take advantage of you because you lack self-control, they also are already planning 10, 15 years in the future. They said, we know they lack self-control, so we can charge 100, 150, possibly. And also, we know we're going to milk them. The 20-year-old, we're going to milk you till you're 35. The 30-year-old, we're going to milk you till you're 45. Following multiple delays, GTA 6 is now set for release in November of 2026 for PS5 and Xbox Series. Now, I will say, to be 100% fair, in this article, it does state that they're also considering doing a $70 to $80 version with a $100 deluxe version. If that's what happens, best case scenario. The problem is, this article also states that conversations are being had behind closed doors and they're thinking about fucking you and I. So we have to be prepared. I have to present the question. If the base version is $100, will you, the consumer, demonstrate self-control? Press 1 for self-control, 2 for none. I'm getting it. Fuck it. Because I'm not going to lie. Off the principle of it being $100, I'm probably not going to get it day one. I might wait for like a sale. I can't do it, man. I refuse to participate in the downfall. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and make a new prediction. If the base version does come out to be $100 and it breaks sales records, go ahead and clip this. 5-10 years down the road, I'm going to sit on this stream and I'm going to say, I told you niggas, just like I told you about don't buy that VC in NBA 2K. Just like I told you this, that, and the third. I'm going to be like, I told you. Every game is going to cost $100. You niggas thought you wasn't able to participate in the game of the year conversation this year. You guys aren't going to participate in any of them. Because you can't afford fucking nothing, bro. Barely at Barry Allen type shit. You said, now you capping. You ain't buying day one. Nah. Why would I cap? I didn't buy the Switch 2. I stand on my principles. I'm also not the biggest Grand Theft Auto fan. I'm not the biggest Grand Theft Auto fan, so like I can do without Grand Theft Auto. I didn't buy the Switch 2. I'm not capping. I have self-control. I think that's the funny thing about it. Like I have money, allegedly. And somehow I can demonstrate self-control better than some of y'all. Yeah, watch them. They're gonna try to hit you and manipulate it. Due to rising costs, we have to keep in mind those rising costs were due to their own decision making. They chose to make a $10 billion game, not us, bro. So we gonna see how it plays out. Just remember, if they do charge for that $100 base, I'm cool with the deluxe. But if that base version is $100, you remember I told you on this stream, don't do that shit. Then 5 years down the road, TBH, because I will be here 5 years from now. Your favorite streamer won't be. Like a roach, I can't be defeated. Let me stop. Your self-control is why you got money. Real shit. I'm not one of these streamers sitting on the internet, man. What's a $10,000 check a month, bro? Well, that equates to 100,000. But anyways, what's a $10,000 check, bro? When you got a cameraman, you got to travel every fucking week. And nobody told you to do all that. You're the one that chose to have a $15,000 overhead. You bit more than you can chew. You're supposed to, if you want to increase production on your platform, you're supposed to gradually do it. The problem is the moment people get a little bit of money, and this has nothing to even do with content creation. This is This is success, period. The number one reason a lot of people fail is the moment they start to get a little bit of money, whether you get a job promotion or something like that, or you blow up in content creation, they increase their lifestyle tenfold. Your money might have went from 1 to 1.2, but you increased your overhead to 2.5. That is why a lot of you fucking fail. Yeah, it's called a lifestyle creep. Really, that's a good way of putting it, a lifestyle creep. I live within my means, bro. Y'all see I wear the same, I've been wearing the same damn shirts on this fucking stream. I don't care. TBH, you ain't got no chains on stream. I don't care, nigga. I don't want to fuck you. I get cute outside the stream, bro. I come here to talk about games, bro. Some of that shit. Just like Odell Beckham clip where he was talking about 100 million isn't a lot. That shit sounds crazy, bro. That shit sounds crazy. So I don't want to fucking hear it, man. Absolutely, I will stand on it. I will not buy it day one. I'll wait for a Steam sale. Steam sales are fucking every season. We'll catch it. If I'm there, if I'm on Grand Theft Auto day one and the base version's $100, it's because I got it for free. If I get it for free, but even still, I don't know. I'll tell you if I got it for free, but I ain't paying for that shit. Hell no. 1 second. People be delusional. Steam just dropped the winter sale. I heard it's on fire. You said tell them every 3 months. I can wait 3 months. I'll be all right. I don't need to be on the T Grizzly server. But yeah, just wanted to make y'all aware that they are considering it behind the scenes. But hey, at least they're considering fucking you softly, you know? Other news I got for you. Naughty Dog is in a bit of hot water. You gonna wear some fake jewelry for some Ocho type shit? That's low-key smart. When you got money and you wear fake jewelry, I can't knock the hustle, bro. Because people are gonna assume it's real, so what does it matter? After a certain income, it's always been about how much you spend, about how much you yeah. And then also too, you have to take into consideration a rainy day. Another reason people fuck up, it's not just the lifestyle creep, but it's also you're under people. A lot of times people fuck up because they're under the assumption that the money will never stop flowing in. It's those two things combined: lifestyle creep and then thinking you'll never fall off. You always have to be ready for a rainy day. Like I have a lot of money saved up because I don't really be spending my money like that outside of things that I need. But like people just assume they'll never get fired from their job, or they assume that their views will never dry up. There's a lot of people in the content creation space that blow up, and they blow up for a specific thing, and then 2-3 years later that shit is not hot anymore and they fall off because they can't adapt. Not me though, nigga. Anyways, Naughty Dog's in a bit of hot water. Shout out to Jeezy with the sub. Appreciate it. Naughty Dog developers are reportedly working mandatory overtime for Intergalactic, The Heretic Prophet, aka Uncharted, and The Last of Us in Space. Allegedly. Naughty Dog is allegedly requiring most of its developers working on Intergalactic, The Heretic Prophet to work a minimum of 8 extra hours per week. Mandatory. In an effort to meet a deadline for an internal demo that will be reviewed by Sony. Remember when I told y'all on this stream, the biggest issue is the suits? I've been to a lot of these different studios and they are college campuses where they do not get to leave the fucking studio. They got showers, gyms, basketball courts, soccer fields in there, book rooms. Look at them. They're making them work 8 extra hours so that they can do an internal demo that will be reviewed by Sony. They're corporate overlords. And you know, so basically what they're saying is they're behind schedule. That's not a red, but we're going to say yellow flag on this game. Yellow flag, yellow flag. And I've been saying Naughty Dog is on the line. And I'm going to go ahead and take it further. Not only is this a yellow flag, you're mistreating your fucking employees by making them do mandatory overtime. Let's talk about it. You guys would have that internal demo ready for Sony to review if you weren't busy remastering The Last of Us and making that goofy ass TV show. That goofy ass TV show that shouldn't have won Best Adaptation at the Game Awards. Yeah, I said it. Sonic 3 got robbed. Wasn't even nominated. Yellow paint everywhere. The climate sections is gonna have yellow paint everywhere. Your priorities are fucked up, and that's why you're missing your deadlines. You're making shit nobody asked for. This is according to a Bloomberg report, which claims that the beginning in late October, Intergalactic developers have been required to work at least 8 hours a week extra, though not more than 60 hours total. Oh, thank God, not more than 60, and to log their time into an internal spreadsheet. Those developers have also been asked to work from the office 5 days a week, where previously the requirement had been 3 days per week with up to 2 days from work from home. This has caused some to have to scramble to find childcare and pet care arrangements that were previously not needed. So they're fucking up people's family life. The mandatory overtime is in service of finishing an internal demo, not even the game, in time for review by Sony after said demo missed multiple deadlines. This is interesting. I wonder what how Sony judges demos, because I mean that Concord demo didn't miss the deadline, and we saw how that shit turned out. Is Sony the best judgment for your demo? I don't know, but anyways, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet does not currently have a public release date or window set, but Bloomberg's report suggests internally it's targeting a mid-2027 release date. The report concludes that the mandatory overtime ended this week, and Naughty Dog will return to just 3 days a week mandated in office through the end of January, with a more detailed schedule to come. Naughty Dog has been notorious for crunch hours over the years for series such as Uncharted and The Last of Us, with the studio even openly hiring for individuals who'd be willing to crunch. In 2021, studio, if you don't know what crunch is just crazy hours. This is just talking about the history. You know what's crazy too? At bare minimum too, not only were they working overtime, mandatory overtime, but at bare minimum, I'm gonna move it from a yellow to an orange flag. It says they're targeting a mid-2027 release date. The demo that they need to showcase to their corporate overlords at Sony, it's not ready. That says to me this game is behind schedule. I wouldn't be surprised if this game gets pushed back to Q4 of 2027 or Q1 of 2028. The game's behind schedule. That's low-key a red. Like, the production's not. And like I said, the production would be great if they weren't so focused on if Neil Druckmann wasn't so focused on fucking The Last of Us TV show. They're fucked. It's not looking good, man. So it might be on the PS6. It could be. Yeah. Crunching for a demo is crazy. Yeah, you know what? That's a great way of putting it, Jonathan. For the people who lack empathy, I can't stress enough, not only are they forcing them to do mandatory and never leave the studio, mandatory overtime, it's for a fucking demo, dude. It's not even the game. It's a demo. Like, what are we talking about here? Man, I pray this game is fire. That's how they're going to have to put out the fires, because I feel like Naughty Dog has a bunch of little fires everywhere. They want to put out the fire. This game needs to be fire, literally. I can't see my kids over a demo. That's what I'm saying, bruh. I hope they get it together, man. They did the same thing with Uncharted 4. Have you watched it, the TV show? I refuse to watch season 2 because I don't like the second game. I probably won't watch it anymore. I just wanted to watch season 1. I do want to watch the Fallout show. And then I saw the images coming out of season 2 and like people like clowning the chick who plays Ellie for holding a gun. Like, I just can't take it seriously, man. I can't take it seriously. These people's lives are basically work, sleep, repeat for a demo type shit. In my opinion, Naughty Dog is the Bethesda of PlayStation, constantly remastering old content, making better TV shows than games. Even that's questionable because people didn't like season 2. As I said, like, there were a few things that I didn't agree with at the Game Awards. That was one of them. That I was like, any other adaptation could have won. I think Sonic 3 should have been nominated and won. But any other adaptation that was nominated, I would have accepted that answer. This is the one where I'm like, bro, what is Jeff Keighley's? Does Jeff Keighley have some type of a strong relationship with Neil Druckmann? Because season 2 of Naughty Dog, not Naughty Dog, but season 2 of The Last of Us should have not won Best Adaptation. I remember, I didn't watch it to be fair, but I remember when that shit came out, everybody on social media was saying that shit is ass and they were clowning it, making memes out of fucking Ellie, and that one Best Adaptation, it did not review well. And it's also because the game, also to be fair, I don't need to watch the show. I played the fucking game. It's not good. Shout out to Nate Jones with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. They need to get Neil Druckmann out of there. It might be time for a change of leadership, man. The fact that the majority of the shows got nominated, got clowned on social media, it's crazy. Are we gonna get a remaster for Intergalactic demo before it comes out? I hope so. I hope so. Fallout was way better. Yeah, I would have preferred Fallout. Fallout was amazing. Everybody loved Fallout. So that's your Naughty Dog update. Naughty Dog's out here taking L's, but they're not the only one. Ladies and gentlemen, Xbox is back in the headlines for another L. Oh, Lord, Phil, Sarah, what are you doing? Now, if you've noticed, we got the Spotify rap, we got the Apple rap, you got the YouTube rap. You got the PlayStation rap. You got the Steam rap. The Steam rap was great. The Steam rap exposed, the PlayStation rap exposed a lot too. The PlayStation rap exposed a lot of PlayStation gamers are ball and gun gamers. We knew that, but they love to run their mouth about other games that they don't play. And the Steam rap proved that you niggas just be playing $5 games from fucking 10 years ago. And y'all be watching the Game Awards bitching about what should have been Game of the Year when you didn't play it either. Only fan raps? Is that real? Y'all niggas nasty. What the fuck? Now, if you're wondering why Xbox doesn't have their end of the year rap, according to reports, Xbox Wrapped isn't coming because they're poor. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. They're fucking poor. And this is why I said this is right now is a great time to boycott Call of Duty. Because Microsoft owns Activision.
Super chats just remind me how much
Black Ops 7 is not selling well. They paid billions of dollars for Activision. They need to re-up on their money. So now's the best time to boycott Call of Duty because you're going to force their hand to make a better product or make something else. But anyways, we have more evidence that they're just fucking poor, man. They're poor. At least the Xbox division. Microsoft as a whole is fine, but the Xbox division. Shout out to King with the super chat. Appreciate y'all. This time of year is always an exciting time for those with oodles of subscriptions or memberships to various online platforms because when it's all the because of all the rap presentations drop. From Spotify to PlayStation and from LinkedIn to YouTube. LinkedIn has a Wrapped? What the fuck did they do with their LinkedIn Wrap? Nigga with the most jobs of the year? What the hell? Many platforms partake in the annual Wrapped Festival, offering key insights into your year as a subscriber or member. That is all except for Xbox. In a recent report, it was claimed that Xbox isn't providing an Xbox Wrapped presentation this year because the company has better things to spend its marketing budget on. Translation, we don't have the money for it. No Xbox Wrapped, unfortunately. There were Wrapped presentations hailing from all corners of the gaming world this year, the likes of PlayStation, Steam, even Discord. And even Nintendo has provided some kind of recap for the 2025 gaming. It was a veritable plethora of data for gamers to absorb, but it's important to stress it's all just a bit of fun with some potential bragging rights to be tacked on. I disagree with that. I think the Steam Wrapped and the PlayStation Wrapped exposed a lot. Not a reason to hate a person, but it does, and I hope they keep doing it. It does expose that a lot of people are frauds in this community. In a recent report from Windows Central, it was claimed that Xbox isn't doing a Wrapped celebration this year because there's far too much happening next year, and the marketing budget wouldn't cover it. Here's what Jeff Corden said. My sources suggest that the Xbox is not doing a Wrap this year. A lot of the marketing budget that would have typically been allocated to something like an Xbox Wrapped is being poured into efforts to celebrate these major milestones for Xbox, its brands, and some of its games. As professed recently by Xbox ahead of the upcoming Developer Direct, there are a stack of milestones landing in 2026. For instance, Xbox is celebrating a quarter century in the business while Bethesda is ticking off its 40th birthday. If you were holding out hope for Xbox was just waiting a bit longer than everyone else to release their Wrap this year, you're out of luck. I find it interesting that they say this is due to a lack of a marketing budget. I'm confused, and maybe I'm just ignorant to the business side of things. But what does the marketing budget have to do with the Xbox? Does it really cost that much? Does anybody have some insight on that? Because what does the marketing budget have to do with checking your computers for player data on Xbox, hiring a graphic designer to come up with some quick graphics for you, and then just uploading it to the Xbox servers for everybody to look at? I don't understand why that would be so expensive. Maybe I'm just like ignorant on it. Like, and then the part that confuses me is they say because of the marketing budget, you don't have to market it the Wrap. Like, all you got to do is put out a tweet and put it on the dashboard and people will click it. I'd argue Spotify Wrap, PlayStation Wrap, Steam Wrap, it advertises itself. I didn't even know Steam had a Wrap this year until my girl texted me and she's like, I looked at your fucking shit. I was like, oh, I didn't even know. I was like, oh, I'll look at it on stream. This is not something that requires marketing. It's just something fun for gamers to look at. This isn't something that requires a TV commercial. So unfortunately for this story, unless I'm just ignorant to how this shit works, I gotta call cap on this shit, bro. The fuck out of here, nigga. You couldn't hire an artist to come up with a quick PSD in Photoshop to put your graphics in. I gotta call cap. You said this is the marketing. I don't think it would have been that expensive. You don't got $1,000 to throw at a graphics designer real quick. I remember when I beat the hell 60 hours, the Xbox Wrapped is out with True Achievement website, and it was pretty cool. You said a third-party website did it? That's crazy. Thanks the fuck they talking about? They need some money. That's what I'm saying, right? To Microsoft stocks. On the chat as a celebration. Look at this shit, bro. Their stocks are up. Past 5 days, they're up 5%. The past month, they are down 1%. But the past 6 months, it doesn't matter because the past 6 months, they're up 8%. The past year, they're up almost 50%. These niggas said they don't got a budget to make an Xbox Wrapped. Get the fuck out of here. They have the budget. This is low-key a red flag. This says to me Because keep in mind, Xbox is a division within Microsoft. This says to me the higher ups at Microsoft that handle the other things, the other products that they produce, they just don't want to give the budget to Xbox. Maybe they don't believe in Xbox as much. Because I mean, we've seen reports like this. But to say they don't have the money is just cap as fuck. They got the money. And keep in mind, they just came out with a jobs report. They said this is the worst economy we had since the Great Depression. For you to be up almost 50% when this is the worst economy and the worst jobs reports we've had in a very long time, it's just cap as fuck. You're succeeding while everybody else is failing, because probably due to AI with the Microsoft shit. How her shareholder is going to survive without keeping all the profits and not reinvesting. That's really what it is. Fucking greed is what it is. Fucking bullshit, man. And this is why I be bringing up the stock prices, so I can give y'all some fucking insight. Be like, yo, y'all are full of shit, man. Maybe Bill Gates will liquidize Xbox so he can hire top lawyers. Bill Gates ain't been in charge of Microsoft since like the 2000, bro. Ain't it Steve Ballmer, the CEO, or somebody else? Who's the CEO? CEO of Microsoft. I'm pretty sure it's Steve Ballmer. Unless I'm bugging. Nah, it's this dude. Not even Steve Ballmer. The CEO is Satya Nadella. Yeah, he been stepped down, bro. Bill Gates been stepped down from Microsoft. He too busy trying to buy up land and poison our food and shit. I was never suicidal. I was never suicidal, by the way. Look into what I'm talking about. He's on a different mission. Trust me. You might want to look into what Bill Gates has been doing. Yeah, he was on them islands and shit like that. I was never suicidal, by the way. Other news. Riot Games, the makers of League of Legends, also the upcoming fighter, free-to-play fighter 2X KO. They have a secret plan to ruin your life. Said we gonna miss you. I get this shit the fuck out my face. Riot Games is working on an overhaul of its flagship game, League of Legends, a title played by more than 100 million people every month. The upcoming version, internally called League Next, is slated to be the biggest update in the title's history, according to 5 current and former employees. It is planned for release in 2027. Perfect timing for the next-gen consoles. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a launch title for next-gen. The game's visual aesthetic, including characters, the user interface, and battle arenas, will be reimagined so League of Legends can appeal to more new players. Developers are also reworking the technical underpinnings so it's easier to push out updates. Riot recently added new keyboard controls that may prove easier for new players as well. So they're trying to, usher in a new era. Internally, a reorganization of employees has been announced, said the people who asked to not be identified because the information hadn't been made public. After Bloomberg reported Thursday on the company's plans, Riot posted a video confirming that a big update is in the works. It referenced changes to the video game launcher and gameplay. They said, "We're overhauling the new player experience so that once we're done, it should be the best time ever to get your friends into League," said League of Legends executive producer Paul Bozzella. Check out this video.
We want to talk about some longer-term plans for League after 2026. We're often asked if we're going to make League of Legends 2 someday. And the answer to that has been and remains no. We've always been committed to constantly improving and updating League, from new game modes and champion updates to balancing the game every other week and so on.
There are some things, though, that do make the most sense as part of a larger bundle of changes. And with that in mind, we've been working on some bigger updates to League.
We're not quite ready to show you our work in progress. It's coming along well, but it's just not ready for a first look yet. We want to tell you about some of those things that, at this point, the majority of the League team are now working on.
Wow.
So for starters, we're making a brand new around game client that's fully integrated with the in-game experience.
Why is that blurred out right there? That makes me feel like that's something they're working on that we're not supposed to see yet, like some concept art or something like that. And they told the editor to blur that shit out because that's the only thing that's blurred out. Everything else is blurry, but it's only because of the field of vision. It's the way the camera's set up, but like this looks like it was edited.
Rather than being a separate application.
Redacted.
We're also revamping Summoner's Rift with entirely new visuals.
It's a picture of Trump. I hope not.
Plus some changes to runes and how you make some pre-game choices.
And we're overhauling the new player experience so that once we're done, it should be the best time ever to get your friends into League.
There
More
is a bit more to this
toxicity.
update than we've mentioned here, and we'll have more to share sometime later this year between MSI and Worlds. Until then, we'll still of course have regular dev updates on everything else going on.
Your love and dedication to League is what drives us to make this game better.
How come they don't want to make a
Every time
sequel?
a sub returns,
Guys, because it's a
Sabretooth
fucking live
returns to
service game.
match
Shout out to
my
Tony with the
meat
sub.
into
It's a
oblivion.
live service game. Why uproot everything and start from scratch when we could just build upon a fucking 20-year-old game and add more shit to it so then you stay on it and we continue to make money? It will require more effort, more money, because starting from scratch means they're going to probably have to hire a bigger team, that's just going to cost money. It's going to take more time, going to have to do more testing. So essentially what I'm getting from this article and then them confirming that they are working on something, what you're about to get is basically that update that you got in
Every time a sub
what's that joint?
returns,
Rainbow
Sabretooth
Six
returns
Siege,
to
Rainbow
match
Six Siege
my
X.
meat into
They're gonna make the lighting a little bit better, update the UI. They're gonna call their biggest overhaul ever, but it's gonna be pretty much the same fucking game. Or what's that other bullshit ass update that came out last year? Smite 2? You remember Smite 2? TBH. You gonna play Smite 2? No, they just updated the visuals a little bit. Yeah, CSGO 2, Overwatch 2. It's just gonna be some lazy updated bullshit. I wouldn't get too hyped about this, bruh. They're just trying to make it a little bit more crispy for the next gen. I wouldn't get too excited about this. I don't know if this is gonna reinvigorate and get new people into League of Legends. I feel like the people who play this play it, and that's just kind of where it's gonna be. They did a similar update in 2010, so they've done it before. Then yeah, that's probably what you're gonna expect. Version 2.0 of this. If they did a whole league overhaul on the client, they'd have to redo the entire code. Yeah, see, and they're not gonna do that. That costs too much. They cost too much money. So hey, at least you know it's coming. Making you aware. Other news. I thought this is in look how far technology has come. News. You can now play Grand Theft Auto Vice City in your web browser. And I've seen people tweeting about this, that it runs actually really well. I don't have much to say other than I thought it was cool and I wanted to share it. For any brokies out there that never played Vice City, you can play it for free in your web browser. Apparently it runs on a potato because it's just a web browser. So I mean, if anybody wants to try it out, I will drop the link in the chat. There you go. Link is in the chat. He said, bet it's not Chrome. I don't know. Figure it out. Shout out to B-Bomb. Sometimes the For You page is useful. It's not all fuck shit on the For You page. Yeah, I really like the recent Call of Duty video. It's very informative and entertaining as always. I don't know which one you're talking about, but I appreciate it. I put out so many damn videos. I'd be forgetting. I appreciate it though. I remember playing all my Flash games at school. I couldn't imagine a game like Vice City being available on a web browser. Ain't it crazy how when I was a kid, I specifically remember telling one of my friends when I was a kid, I was like, oh my God. Because at that time, Ocarina of Time was my favorite game. I was like, yo, if I could just play Ocarina of Time on a Game Boy, I was like, I could die and go to heaven. Nigga, we've been past that shit. I hit two buttons at once, my bad. We've been past that shit. My brain couldn't even fathom this shit, dude. It's in a damn web browser. Anyways, what else I got for ya? Oh, new Honda car lets you play PS5 games. Gaming on the go has become popular among players for decades, and now Sony and Honda are teaming up to bring the power of the PS5 to the road. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you too can cause a car accident playing fucking NBA 2K on the highway. The two companies formed a joint venture, Sony Honda Mobility, in 2022 to produce electric vehicles. Their first car, the Afeela 1, will be released next year and will include the capability of playing PS4 and 5 games. However, this is a limitation to what players can do with the Afeela in-vehicle infotainment systems. Sony and Honda aren't including in-car consoles, and they're relying on PlayStation Remote Play for this to work. That means that Afeela 1 owners will also need to have either a PS5 or a 4 at their home in order to connect their games with the system to play games. Sony notes that this use of remote play is separate from streaming PS Plus games from the cloud. This is so fucking dangerous. Granted, it's in the back. I hope that the TV is only in the back seat for the kids or your friends who are sitting in the back. I hope it's not in the front because that's fucking dangerous. Also, if you were a PS4 nigga that was about to get excited that you would be able to play your PS4 in the car, don't get too excited because first and foremost, you probably can't afford this car. And then two, you need good internet, nigga. You can't put the PS4 in here and make it work. You need the internet to make it go in the cloud. It ain't gonna work, nigga. You can't afford the car. We know you don't got good Wi-Fi, so don't even get excited about this shit. This is for PS5 niggas. This setup includes integrated display and premium audio systems for passengers. It's unclear if the cars come with a PlayStation controller or if players have to bring their own from home. Shout out to just the black guy with the sub. Appreciate it. They said, the introduction of PS Remote Play embodies Afeela's vision for mobility, transforming the traveling space into a captivating and emotional one, said Honda Mobility, Izumi, and Kawashi in a statement. Through this integration, we're elevating the customer's entire travel experience to an unprecedented level of entertainment. The Afeela One will be available in California first before it goes nationwide, but aside from 2026's release window, it doesn't currently have a sale. I'm gonna go ahead and make a prediction. Don't get too excited about this, chat. I'm gonna go ahead and make a prediction. So I have a Tesla, and if this car is anything like the Tesla, in order to stream the games to this Afeela One, it has to be connected to the towers, the cell phone towers. So like the Tesla, it's always connected to cell phone towers. So like I always know where my car is, basically. I'm not gonna lie, the dumbest thing you could do is steal an electric vehicle, because the person can just look on their phone and they can see where you're at. I'm letting y'all know. First of all, you shouldn't be stealing anyway, but it's the dumbest thing you can do. So understand these electric vehicles are always connected to cell phone towers, just like your phone. So I predict, in order to stream your game from the PlayStation 5 to the car, you're gonna have to use data. You're gonna have to have good Wi-Fi in your house, and then you're also probably gonna have to purchase some type of data plan for the Sony car, and that's how they're gonna probably try to hook you into for $20 a month you can get unlimited data in your car, and you can use that to stream games type of shit. So I wouldn't get too excited about this. I can see this being a play for them to make extra money. Damn, I wish you would have told me that before I took this electric car. Am I cooked? Well, I mean, if you're just using the car, I don't pay for Spotify and Premium in my car. I connect via Bluetooth, because they want you to pay $10 a month in the Tesla to connect to the Spotify app on the damn smart screen. I don't do that shit. I just connect Bluetooth. It's free. So no, you're good. You're good. You can listen to YouTube, Spotify, whatever, Apple Music for free if you use Bluetooth. But for this, you probably would. I could be wrong, but I'm just predicting, because I'm like, how else would you connect to the internet unless you're using cell phone towers? And they're gonna probably charge you for data for this shit. It's just a prediction. PS4 niggas is falling to the knees. I think he's joking. Oh, my fault. Stealing any car after 2013 is stupid. Yeah, stealing cars is stupid, period. But anyways, it's an option. It's something that's out there. I've seen the pictures. The Afeela One does look pretty cool. I'm tired of those damn ads. What up? Shout out to Sleepy Bean with the sub. Appreciate it. Get the likes up on YouTube. For all two people who care about Starfield, Starfield's second DLC is reportedly being pushed back due to GTA 6's delay. Before I read this article, I'm gonna go ahead and be an asshole here. I don't think GTA is gonna affect any of Starfield's DLC sales, because I promise you, we're not checking for this. We're not checking for this anyway. It's not GTA, it's the game, guys. It's lonely out in space, especially if you're a Starfield player waiting for any word about the next major update coming to the game. But does the space-based game will receive an additional story DLC? It's just a matter of when. Now a new report suggests that the delay of Grand Theft Auto 6 played a role in Bethesda's decision to push back in the next Starfield chapter. According to Windows Central, Bethesda felt more comfortable about pushing Starfield's second DLC to the first half of 2026 before Microsoft already had a busy holiday period for 2025 without it. More intriguingly, the same report indicates that Bethesda has already been showing off the new update and DLC behind closed door to a select group of players. Yes, we covered that the other day on the stream. Somebody was leaking information saying that this update is fire and it might resurrect the game. And although I don't care for Starfield in its current form, to be 100% fair, we've seen worse games come back. We've seen Cyberpunk 2027 come back. I know a lot of y'all like to rewrite history, but Cyberpunk 2027 and 2020 was not that great. It wasn't. That was one of the most buggy games I've ever seen released. Also, No Man's Sky, that had a crazy comeback. So it is possible for a game. I am going to be fair here. It's possible for a game to come back. We've seen worse. One of the rumored changes is a revamp of the game's spaceflight systems that will actually make travel feel like a journey instead of a series of loading screens. Other aspects of space travel and exploration are also said to be improved in the new update, and the creation engine will reportedly include large technical improvements that will also carry forward to the future games. However, a separate report about the Starfield showcase from IGN seemingly walks back the scope of some of these changes and adds that fans shouldn't expect a Cyberpunk 2.0 scale update until the embargo from the event is lifted. Further details probably won't be available. Oh boy, saying it. So I'm gonna be honest, if they don't add aliens on an interesting storyline, I do not care, man. You updated the UI, that's your big update? Oh boy, the UI was ass, but that ain't gonna make me come back. The way you feel about GTA games is how I feel about Bethesda games. I feel that. I feel like the only Bethesda games that I genuinely like enjoy is Fallout and what's the shit with Corvo? I always forget the name of the shit with Corvo. I like those games too, but I've never been a big Oblivion fan. So you're saying Pink Eye has a chance? Nah, Dishonored. Yeah, I like Dishonored. I think Dishonored is hella underrated. The problem is I missed when games released and were completely finished. No, that's real. That's real. But this is where you, the consumer, let me get on my soapbox real quick. The first few times it happened to us as gamers, these unfinished games, you know, that's not on us. That's on them. But it's been like 5 to 10 years of just a bunch of unfinished games and people keep buying them. It'll say it in the review and people say, I don't care. I'm gonna still buy this shit, bro. This is where you, the consumer, I feel like are not, maybe not you who said it, are not doing their part. I sat on this stream and I played Cyberpunk. I was falling through the map. I couldn't finish missions. I was getting game-breaking bugs. Niggas still bought that shit, bro. I don't care. I've been looking forward to this shit. Okay. You can buy it now because it's in a much better state. The game is way better. But back in 2020, when I was streaming that game, that shit was stressful. And people still bought it. So you have to understand, they keep releasing the games in this ways because people accept that shit, bro. Oh, we got a book reading title. Hell yeah. What up, Turbs? Yo, shout out to Little Chef with the sub. Appreciate it. Oh my Lord. I can't stress enough. The value of your dollar is important and how you spend it. Y'all got to start respecting yourself and y'all money just a little bit more. It's to the point, you know how I know it's gotten bad for consumers and I feel like people aren't doing their part. It goes back to the conversation we just had about 15 minutes ago. Shout out to Shash with the $100 not super chat bits. When I was saying, just on a standard principle, if GTA 6 launches at $100 for the base version and doesn't add any extra value, they just want to charge the fuck you over, which they're considering. If they do that, I said I wasn't going to buy it. I said I'll wait for a price drop. And a few people in the chat said, really? That's cap. You ain't going to do it. It's to the point. I did it with the fucking Switch too. I wasn't born in fucking 2001. I was born in 1990, nigga. I wasn't born in this internet age where my brain is fried from the fucking iPad and I can't function without one thing. Yes, I absolutely can wait. I can show some discernment. People don't even believe that. That's how I know shit is fucked up. Because I gotta have it. No, you don't have to have it. You will be okay. That FOMO. Same with the Game Pass. Oh, no, that's facts. I forgot about that. They announced the Game Pass was $30 a month. Y'all, I canceled the Game Pass on. Thank you. I totally forgot about it. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Fear the Deer. I forgot that shit. They announced the Game Pass was $30. I turned my Game Pass off on stream. I said, I like Call of Duty. I don't like it that much. I don't like it for $30 a month. Nah. You will miss out on content though. I'll be fine. I feel like this is the part where you guys will miss. That's facts. I will miss out on some potential growth. But to be fair, December 16th was my 18th YouTube birthday. I did it without GTA. Come on now. I don't need GTA. I think you're not taking that into consideration. Sure, I would miss out on some growth if I hopped in that lane and started playing the game, but I think you're missing the point where I don't need GTA. I don't need a specific game to thrive because people come to watch me. So why the fuck would I care about GTA? Only people who are thriving off that are people who are making GTA 5. Those people that make GTA 5 content and blew up off of that shit, most of them fell off. With the exception of some role players on the stream and on the streaming side of things, like the YouTubers, you remember all them YouTubers that made all them GTA videos? Where are they? Because when you tie yourself to one thing, the moment that game falls off, you fall off. That's why it's important to build yourself as a brand. So no, you're half right. Sure, I'll miss out on some initial views, but I'll be okay in the long run. I'm always playing the long game. I'm not playing the short runs. That FOMO got to fuel y'all in a chokehold. It got you in a chokehold. You're gonna need to sub as soon as I get some cash. You straight, bro. They following the trends. Yeah, they following the trends. I am the trend, boy. Anyways, yeah, we gonna be all right. And I'm gonna be honest, a lot of y'all will be all right. And then let's see, new Hunter x Hunter game got announced. Little free-to-play survival action game coming to the iOS store. I feel bad for Hunter fans, man. Hunter x Hunter, Nin Survivor. Between Nin Impact and now a mobile game, like fans of Hunter x Hunter are getting fucked over. Why can't they get a good game, bruh? What is this shit?
A new Hunter x Hunter app game has arrived.
Is this an AI voiceover?
A new Hunter x Hunter app game has arrived. Defeat the hordes of approaching enemies.
Man, I feel for y'all. Hey, listen. Anime community, y'all better not download this shit. This is the stuff I'm talking about, bro. The reason the anime games suck is because y'all be buying them, y'all be downloading them, y'all be giving them microtransactions. Y'all better not download this shit, bro. I'm telling you right now, be a good consumer. Like, nah, we don't want this. We're Hunter fans. We deserve better.
Recreate the characters' special moves with completely new animations. Featuring a multitude of new illustrations drawn in a variety of situations. Make your move to become a knight. Hunter x Hunter Nen Survivor.
Let's go. Yo, shout out to Hunter Hunter Nen Survivor. And then last but not least, I want to end the articles before we get on the game on a more serious note and get on my soapbox and talk about some real life shit. First and foremost, I would like to inform everybody that the YouTuber Lamar Wilson has passed away. I've already read this article. He passed away during, and this is sad because I used to watch a lot of his videos. He was a tech and gaming reviewer, and he was always like a super nice dude. I read this article already. He passed away from suicide. He took his own life, so RIP. Apparently, he passed away during Thanksgiving, so he's been passed for a while. But the estate, the family, just released a statement to the public. So I guess they wanted to take time and collect their thoughts before they said anything. So I wanted to say RIP to him, but I also wanted to take a moment to say some real life shit, because I was talking about this on stream yesterday. There's a narrative going around that Kai Cenat is corny because he got on social media and said he's been taking a break. He released a video the other day. He said he's been taking a break because his mental health isn't in the best place and he just needed a break. He's like, I've been reading more, just trying to get my mind together. And the overwhelming response was motherfuckers was clowning him, calling him corny, saying he just wanted attention. This, that, and the third. I seen a lot of people, the one that bugged me the most, I seen a lot of people talk about he got money. What is he depressed for? Guys, as someone who's financially stable, I want you guys to know, first and foremost, don't get it twisted. Don't let nobody trick you out of bag. Get your coins, get your money. But when you get to that point, I'm letting you know right now, success and money does not buy happiness. I know it sounds cliche, but success and happiness does not buy you money. Purpose, what you do outside your career, family, that's what's gonna give you happiness, bro. A lot of times, to give you some perspective from the other side, a lot of times what comes with money is more stress. A lot of y'all think because if you get money, all your problems just disappear. The only thing money buys is security. So please understand, when you have more money, you might be more secure, but it's also going to give you more problems. That's why Jay-Z said in the song, what do I think of success? It sucks. It's too much stress. Biggie said, more money, more problems. When you making a lot of money, everybody's your cousin. And I can attest to this firsthand. I'm going to be honest. I can count on 5, 6 different times that I've gotten DMs from people that claim they were my cousins. I had to call my fucking parents, harassing me low key. I just don't talk about this on stream. Asking me for money. And I'd be like, yo, you know these niggas, bro? They'd be like, yeah, you are related to them. Be like, I'm 35, chat. People I never met coming out the woodworks, asking me for money and shit like that. And you look at it from Kai Cenat's point of view, it's on a different level. You are now the man of your family. You gotta protect and provide on a different level. And it's not, you gotta understand, it's not just friends. It's not just family. It's gonna be everybody, bro. Everybody. They always your cousins when you got money. The worst part is a lot of them ended up being my actual cousins. I never met these people. And to me, that shit's annoying because it's like, yo, we're family and you never reached out to me, but all of a sudden you want to be cool type shit. Also, they might not be where they want to be in life. You just don't know. The point I'm trying to make is you don't know what people are going through. What money comes fucking taxes. That's why a lot of people fall off like a motherfucker. When you make a lot of money, that IRS come knocking. And you don't pay that bill, which a lot of times it's hard to, you have to guess. You got to get a taxidermy, not a taxidermy. You got to get a tax guy to fucking do your taxes when you're making a certain amount of money. Cause if you fuck it up, cause it is a guess, Then they're gonna put a lien on your house. They're gonna put a lien on your car. When you're a breadwinner, everybody want a piece. That's a great way to put it. Taxes trip up a lot of people. Yeah. This person might have not, from the outside looking in, and it's crazy too, because he always seemed happy in his videos. He might have not been happy with where he was in his life. Like the point I'm trying to make is you just don't know what people are going through. I'm not saying you got to get out here and cry and see woe is me, but it's like somebody says they need a break, just say they need a fucking break, bruh. A nigga streamed for fucking every day for a month straight. The motherfucker's like, you need to work harder. Like, like look at it from his perspective, right? Well, like Kaiser that. This man finally opened up and said, yo, I'm feeling a little burnt out. Man, shut up, you bitch ass nigga. Now I'm never going to say anything ever again, bruh. My bad. I was trying to be relatable. My bad. My bad. If you, yeah, he died. He committed suicide. RIP. If you ever seen this dude's videos, he always seemed super nice, super well, like, just like in a good mood. And apparently he was struggling with something behind the scenes. So like, at bare minimum, I tell you this much. If you don't believe money doesn't buy happiness, at bare minimum, if somebody tells you they're not in the best mental state and you don't believe it for some reason because they have a lot of money, the best thing you can say is just nothing. Because also on the flip side, you don't want shit to be weighing on your conscience. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm not wishing this upon, if Kaisenat killed himself tomorrow, a lot of y'all would feel like shit. And I'm not wishing that upon, I'm just giving you a scenario. You got money, nigga, shut the fuck up. You don't want that shit on your conscience. If somebody say I need a break, just be like, damn, you know what? You cool. Like, sometimes just don't fucking say shit, bruh. So I just wanted to say RIP to him. You know, I used to watch his content. He was a good dude. And also it just blows my mind, groups of people who, a lot of people sit on social media and talk about how important mental health is. And the moment somebody says they're going through something, y'all shit on them. I'm like, do y'all believe in it or not? This is why I don't take nothing seriously on the fucking internet, bruh. If I don't feel mentally like I'm in the mood, I just take a break. I'm not saying nothing because I already know how people are going to respond to this shit. But at bare minimum, I say don't say anything if somebody does say something because you don't want nothing on your conscience. Because I'm not going to lie, there's no way I could have predicted this. If you watch Lamar Wilson's content, you would have thought this dude was in a happy mood. But apparently he was struggling with something on the low because he took his own life. So I say RIP. I'm done on my soapbox. Hopefully people listen. Don't ever let nobody trick you out of a bag. I encourage everybody to get a coin. But also what I will encourage is when you get your coins, make sure you also find balance. Don't let your job and your career become everything of who you are. Make sure you got something else beside it, a strong network of family and friends. Make sure you got hobbies. Make sure you eating right, you exercising. Take care of yourself, bruh. Because I'm going to tell you right now, just because you got $1 million in your bank account does not mean you are going to be happy. You could have $1 million in your bank account and not have anybody by your side, nobody to share it with, bro. That's what Kanye was talking about in fucking 808 and Heartbreaks. What'd he say? All my friends showing me pictures of their kids, so then I showed them pictures of my crib or some shit like that. That shit is not fun, dude. That shit is not fucking fun. Don't be a dickhead when you get some money too.